Well, get ready for action. This is going to get cold, so you might want to snuggle up next to me. Yeah, put this over your legs.
I'm okay at the moment,
100%,
thanks very much.
100%. You will be moving if you don't.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely.
Okay, I'll put us back on mute, Jono, okay? Well, good evening and welcome back to the 75th Gilley Shield. We are up to game 29 and 30. There's two games going on simultaneously here tonight. We're on the backfield for the game between the WA Flames and the ACT Diamonds, coming to you from magnificent Gunnerlands in the Adelaide Plains from West Beach in South Australia. James Harris here, and alongside me, a veteran on the call team, but making his Gilley Shield for 2023 debut, Mark Cram. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, James. Geez, I'm excited to be here. I'm not happy about the wind and the cold, but I'm excited to be here. What a tournament it's been. I've been sitting at home. I've been driving. I've been, thanks to Spacequake Sports, and what a tremendous coverage. Everywhere I go, I get to be able to watch it. Work, in the car, ballet recitals. I'm watching it.
It's brilliant, isn't it? We just lost pitch. Oh, there we go. There's Tori Boland on screen. We can actually go around the diamond. If you like, Mark. Justice Perry is pitching to Vaz Napier, Paige Smith at first, Ashlyn Wilson at second, Tori Boland at third, McKenna Dowell at shortstop, and the outfield left to right, Jamie Lee Rowe, Sarah Rio, and Amber Hinchliffe. Alyssa Charter-Smith's the designated player. We may see her come in at some time during the game. Lexi Cooper on screen to lead off for the Diamonds. They're on a high after a tiebreaker victory against Victoria that ended their tournament. Oh, there's pitch swimming out to Jamie Lee Rowe, and she's been magnificent out at left field for the Flames. Denied South Australia a number of times yesterday in their 3-1 upset victory over the Stars.
That was a bit of an upset win from my point of view, but I tell you what, they played out of their skin. Everything's just going to plan really for
the Flames, yeah, in their rebuild year.
Yes. Well, they are, and they're playing the shortstop. Is it McKenna Dell? I've watched her in multiple games. Set on fire, having an amazing tournament. It didn't take you long to stitch me up in the first 30 seconds of the call either, by the way. I was just getting prepped to go around the diamond. So welcome back in a big way, everybody, and
Justice Perry doing the work. And wasn't long before you got a stitch up online either. We might get to the comments in between inning breaks, but Chris Taylor has a beauty for you.
Yep, first cab off the rank can be Chris Taylor. Good on him, and I'm glad he's tuned in. As that one's pushed out, that's safe too, out to centre field. As she's rounding first, have a bit of a look. And McCready has as the ACT starting off very well.
Katie McCready drills one up the middle, and the first base runner aboard on the Eastern replay. Justice Perry slotting that one. Now, we said that ACT just ended Victoria's campaign, but that is not True. Victoria's on 6 points. WA's on 6 points. So WA need to win this to go through. If they lose, they'll be behind Victoria on runs against. So all to play for.
Look, to be honest with you, I tried to study the ladder today and I couldn't work out the points system. I know I'm the simplest of blokes, but I thought if you win, you get 2 points. If you lose, you get nothing, right? Oh, okay. So they had a mistake on the website earlier today because they had them down as 4 and 2 or 4 and 2 or something like that. So well, they're back now, 6-all, and this is a crucial game for both teams to make it through to the finals. You think WA would be coming out guns blazing?
Yeah, Victoria have beaten WA 11-4. They beat Queensland 7-4. And they beat ACT earlier on in the week.
That one's a little low.
6-1. So they're the 3 wins for Victoria. WA also have 3 wins. So all to play for in this game for the Flames. And the Diamonds can help shape the finals with an upset victory that'll put Victoria through to the elimination semi-final. It'll be against Queensland, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Also at 9 a.m. tomorrow will be the 1v2 game between South Australia and New South Wales.
Well, I'm donning my SA hat tonight, James. It's come out of retirement. I haven't worn this for a long time. And I've got a feeling it's going to be a very, very good final series. All 4 teams, 5 teams, when you look at the way that it's playing at the moment, anyone on their day could take this. We all know that.
Yep. New South Wales has only lost 1 game in the tournament, 9 runs against. That was to South Australia. 7-2 was the result of that game. South Australia's lost 2. I think this one's into foul territory from McDonald. South Australia lost 2. The opening game of the tournament against New South Wales in a run rule victory, 7-0. And then in an upset yesterday, WA beat SA 3-1. That just was an hour or 2 hours after
beating New South Wales.
Beating New South Wales 7-2. Reaches for this one. Boland's going to try for the lead runner. That's Ashlyn Wilson attempting the double play. So good play from Tori Boland.
Good throw, good choice. Take the lead runner. McDonald had a bit of some wheels there to make sure that double play wasn't rolled. Geez, I tell you what, I'm a little bit rusty coming back. First time, yeah.
It's been a while. You might be a little hoarse tomorrow.
So just take it easy there, Chris. I'm just easing my way back into it as we see Redcliffe. Looks the sort too, doesn't she? Looks like a batter.
Yeah, 2-way player for the ACT. Plays a very similar role to that of her Queensland counterpart, who's, I don't know why, for what, Brooke McNamara. Middle order batter, pitcher, can play a bit of infield as well.
And that one's going to hold up in the wind, and Jamie Lee is out there and takes it comfortably in the end. The other night I was watching. Yeah, I was watching it the other night. It was swirling around. It was kicking right across to the left, and she reads that one quite comfortably in the end.
So it's simple. The formula for the finals, well, the top 3 teams are already set. New South Wales, SA, Queensland. It is now just a battle for 4th and 5th. Victoria and WA tied on points. Victoria are done. They're 3-7 record. WA are 3-6 and 66 runs against. So if they do not win, they are out of the competition, and Victoria will go through on a superior runs against in the runs against category of column of 55 runs. So they're already ahead, Victoria. ACT will take home 6th place, but will they go home with just the 1 win? Or can they finish the tournament with 2 big wins?
And excuse me again for not remembering, I think it was only at the start of the year. Where did ACT finish last year? Did they? Are they?
They were 5th last year out of 5 teams. But in talking with the ACT coach Sean Carroll prior to the tournament, he made a very valid point. They lost 3 tiebreakers. Now, if they'd won any of those tiebreakers, they would have gone through in 4th place into the finals and a chance to play against Queensland, which Victoria ended up doing. They beat Queensland in the semi-final, finished 3rd. essentially that could have been the ACT. They had the player of the tournament, the MVP, and best batter in Claire Warwick in the team. But Sean Carroll said that they had a missing link. They believe that they've filled that. They've got good depth in their pitching. They've got a good mixture of youth and experience. And, you know, they've been unlucky again this tournament as well. So just missing out ACT.
But we've seen this with South Australia in previous years and rotating and building and then coming up to the team. Last year's national champions, again, featuring high on the ladder this year. So it's a rotating system, really, and that's the way that this will work. ACT will rebuild, and it might take 1, 2 or 3 years, but you'll see them back at the top of the ladder. And then, you know, New South Wales are always there. You know, you never write them off.
You make a terrific point. A decade ago, South Australia were perennial losers. They didn't win a game, and that wasn't over a couple of years. That was over a sustained period of time. We put a program together and slowly built and built. We've played in the last 3 grand finals over 4 years because of the COVID year, of course, and finished second in the minor round this year. So, you know, potentially another one this year. Got to get through New South Wales first, and then the winner of Queensland and the winner, well, potentially Victoria or WA. So, you know, it's not done yet. However, it's a program, and ACT feel that they've got some momentum going. They've got a core group. They've got some young kids coming through, the McCreadys and Alex Maiden and Tess Henman.
As Dow fires that one out to left field, and that's over McCready's head, and she turns and hits the fence, and second base is rounded. Going to third is Dow, and slides in and stands up comfortably in the end. So that's a very good start for Western Australia as Dow pushes that one right out. That went a lot further and didn't hold up in the wind as I thought it would, James.
Yeah, she's got some great power, great skill, and if you've been watching during the week, you would have heard me rant and rave about her all week. Such a good defensive player, but an offensive weapon as well. She slides in safely.
Unbelievable.
Here's Sarah Rio, the captain of this WA team.
This is where you want your captain just to push one through, don't you? She takes the first one.
Can play short and can hit the long ball. We called a game early in the week where she hit 2 triples in one game. Runner in scoring position, though. All she needs to do is find a gap.
You know what I've noticed watching this on Spacequake Sports is the power hitting coming out of this tournament. There's a lot of long balls. I'm seeing a lot of balls hitting the fence. A lot of players turning and running back. It is some big hits out of this tournament. I'm enjoying it.
There's definitely been some standout performers. Grace Rickson for mine. Taylor Titsa-Coronis have been outstanding. Belinda White and this player, Sarah Rio, has been a standout for the Flames, along with Tori Boland and the 2 Americans out of Auburn University, McKenna Dow and Justice Pereira. I met Justice's father earlier today. He lives in St. Paul, Minnesota. He asked me about my Minnesota Twins cap. Am I wearing that tonight? Might be wearing a different one tonight.
I tell you what, it is blowing a gale here, so these girls are really going to have to face it. And that one was moving too.
Great pitching from Thorburn, the Queenslander.
I think Thorburn just held off a little bit and waited for the wind, and didn't it do some damage? That was a great pitch.
That's the first out for the WA offensive inning. Tori Boland has been a very reliable 3-hitter for the Flames.
Oh, she's nodded straight away. Jim, did you see that? We've got the advantage of being so close to the batters. You can see the expression on her face straight away. She was a little bit disappointed in herself. She was admiring the pitch as it went past and thought, I could have done something with that. If I see it again, I've got a feeling that Boland may just give that a ride in that 5-6 hole, because she's up at the front of the box a little bit there. And, oh, I told you, pulling that over to the left side there.
She was early on this one, so may not have been set to go the first pitch. As you said, admired it and then aggressively got after the next one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be throwing too many in that position, especially the way that Boland's settling into the box and really seeing that ball. very relaxed there now. And gets into a stance. Oh.
Ground ball to third base. He throws it over. Oh, I thought she may have come off the base early on that stretch, but completes the play. Tori Boland, second batter to leave that runner stranded at third. A great play by Savannah Ritter.
Western Australia getting plenty of bat on the ball. They're pushing it around. There was one KC there, I suppose, but they're aggressive. They've got a runner at third. They need to advance her. You can't leave a runner when you're so desperate to get to win this game. You need to do whatever you can. Would you have played a short game maybe in the first or the second?
Well, both Rio and Boland are pretty proficient at the short game. Justice Perry, though, is all out and out power. Having said that, in game one of the tournament, it was Perry with a walk-off squeeze play to win the game.
I saw that. That's what I mean. Like, you don't have to go long ball to win a game. Like, you need to do whatever you can do to get into the final series. Now, why not just drop a short one here straight off the... and if they make an error, it puts the pressure on them straight away from the start of the game. You don't. Or she leaves that one just a little bit outside.
You can hear the effort that Perry puts into her swings. It's an audible grunt. Kind of like a Mark Cramp.
And then a slow walk back to the dugout. That's the Mark Cramp swing. Oh, I missed again. Oh, she met that one right out high, out front too, chasing it. This is where they need to... I heard Anthony Weatherstone the other day, one of your co-commentators, and doing a fantastic job too, may I say. This is the problem. You're almost trying too hard to get that hit when you should just be relying on your base. You look at Claire Warwick and she would just be going, all right, I know what my job is, I've just got to hit the ball. But when you go out and you try and hit the ball, she hit that one right out in line with the box.
Yeah.
Don't go after it, just hit it. Much better.
Thorburn going for that outside edge. The entire ACT dugout to our right were up for that one.
Yeah. It looks okay from here, but I think if you look on the replay, a little bit outside. And, Perry did the right thing by leaving it. I think she would have chased that one previously. She just needs to settle into the box and go, okay, well, this is my role as a number 4 hitter. It's to make contact and bring that run home. There we go.
Hits it hard to the backhand side of the shortstop, Katie McCready. Justice Perry beats that out, and the first run scores.
But I tell you what, McCready did an amazing effort there with backhand to pick it up, and it was only, I tell you what, inches in it. So that could have been the difference. Oh, yeah, like half a step maybe.
Well, deservedly scores Dow.
And a courtesy runner, is it?
Yeah, the new rules is that you can bring in a courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher now.
Oh, gee, the pitchers are getting it easier and easier.
It's a pitcher's game, isn't it?
Whoa, MVPs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, always overshadowing.
Why don't they get someone to bat for them as well?
Here's Paige Smith playing first base. We saw her pitch early today. She's played DP. She's been a flex at first. Versatile player.
Oh, well left.
I'm going to point something out in the inning break, Mark, that just may blow our viewers away, seeing as it's only a small crowd tonight, considering the cold weather. Everyone's probably back at their hotel rooms thinking, nah, I'm not going out tonight. A bit too cold, I'll just watch it on TV.
When that wind dies off, it's actually very nice. The wind's settled right down now, which is not helping Thorburn. Want that wind right behind her.
Yep, and an amazing sunset on display as well.
It's a beautiful place to play softball. Oh, that was the one.
Runner takes off.
Got her!
She's tagged, sliding for the outside of the base, Sarah Rio. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. Outside edge, and batter probably even swinging to put a bit of protection on for the runner. And how's the arm from Sam Robin? Played in the Queensland team last year's Gilley Shield and a draft player for the ACT this year. Well, that is the end of the first inning in WA. Strike first, a lead-off triple for McKenna Dowell, and then an infield RBI single for Justice Perry. hitting it to the backhand side. Well, Mark, I said I've got something for you. In the crowd tonight, that you could probably count about 20, 25 people here. Just in the stands. I mean, there's probably about 1,500 people in the spectator mound behind us, but I can see a World Championship silver medalist. I can see a dual Olympic medalist. I can see Olympian and former Australian vice captain. Just in the few people watching behind. Star-studded in the audience.
I'll tell you what, all I can see is Jared Farrell.
Well, Jared Farrell was one of those. World champion silver medal in 2017, part of the Steelers squad, and probably a little unlucky to miss out on selection, but they got it right, didn't they? Because they won the World Championship.
Well, yeah, they won, and congratulations to the boys, if any of them are listening. It's well-deserved. I did see Lang before. I said, "G'day, Lang." He said, "G'day," and he had absolutely no idea who I was. So that'll confuse him.
Did you tell him the story of your first National League?
Oh, I probably should have told him his first pitch home run, but I'll
he
tell
would
him
have
later.
remembered you then.
Oh, he's rattled. He doesn't know idea who I am. But I think I threw him out or his brother out. One of them. I don't know. Oh, that one fires down to Boland, who throws it across to Paige Smith for the first out.
First out, Tess Hammond. She's quick. Can't beat this one out because Boland's very good.
And McCready up to bat. Perry throwing very deceptive. Oh, great catch.
Vaz Napier makes up heaps of ground.
She's chased that one. Did not take her eyes off the ball. You watch this, throws the mask off and does not stop looking at it, regardless of where she's going. Didn't even know where the fence was. Didn't even need to know. She's like, I got that. I got it.
Pumped with it as well. So WA with all the momentum at the moment.
Perry throwing is she throwing an off pace? She's throwing
good variation, hasn't she?
100%. Like before she threw something. These last three pitches have been very off pace. They're a bit loopy, and they're getting sucked in. ACT. This is where you need to just sit back and go. Oh, I'll just get on top and I'll just punch it out. But again, sitting here under a blanket, it's pretty easy. As that one's fired out to left field, and again it just rolls out to the side and hits the fence as she turns and looks at two. The throw's coming to the cutoff and hold up at two. And Sam Robin stands up at two and says, "Time, thank you." That was a good hit.
Yeah, Sam Robin, the catcher, so she'll hit the double and come off with a courtesy runner. Gets past Jamie Lee Rowe. Watch her turn first.
She didn't miss a stride either, did she? That was perfect base running. But did you see what I don't want to take the credit for the hit because I wasn't there, to be honest with you. But I just said, just hold up, take a swing. That's what you did. Must have heard me. Great coverage, Space Quake Sports. Probably got it in their ears.
Well, the courtesy runner is 16-year-old Alex Maiden. She's selected in the ACT under 16s, under 18s, under 23s and open women's teams for this summer of softball.
Looks like a whippet. Can be able to run. Oh, that one skies up again, and Napier says, no, that's going to hit the tent, that one. I'll tell you who's got aggressive base running at the moment. I'm really enjoying watching it is South Australia. Again, everybody listening at home, I was born in Queensland. I played a lot of softball in Victoria, and I live now in South Australia. So I'm a three-town man, but South Australia base running is really, really good. I mean, I like the way Benedictson is going about his base running. Yeah,
aggressive, particularly on this field where the catcher's got to throw it into the wind, and then sometimes it tails away as well. So it's tough from that perspective.
As that one's left outside. And again, they just died off. Even with the breeze behind her, it's sort of just tailing down at the end. I don't know if you can hear it in the effects, Mike, but that wind is really starting to pick up, swirl around a little bit. Oh, she chased that one high, and that's the side as that's strike three.
First strikeout for Perry. Eastern replay.
That's high and out and just went for it. But we've all been there, I can tell you. Me probably more than many.
Brig Kimber, the strikeout victim, as Sam Robbins' double was all to no avail.
Oh, it's a beautiful evening down here. This is a must-win game, like we said at the start of it for Western Australia. And they jogged off to the bench real positively. They're over there. They're patting each other on the back. They're all getting ready. They're all getting ready for a bat. So that's a good sign when everyone's putting their gloves on. Everyone's grabbing a helmet. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I'm next. Let's go.
Well, no doubt the Victorian team will be watching this one intently. And when they finish their game, should Western Australia win, I'm sure Queensland will go back and look it over as well, because if WA win, they will face Queensland at 9 a.m. tomorrow on this diamond.
Yeah, you need to know who you're facing, don't you? So you can prep mentally and also get the team ready and up and about.
Straight through the legs of Coach Swinburne.
Smith's up and about, ready to... well, she was left on deck with, I think, 2 strikes last time. So she started off again this innings and straight away has gone after it again and pushed that between the coach and the third baseline.
Wouldn't that be good? Get behind the count and get the restart.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised there's no new rule for the pitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time. I just like to use my special card.
I'm a pitcher, you know.
Yeah, we'll go back to zeros, thanks.
Hello to all the pitchers out there.
There'll be a few of them. Everyone likes to put their hand up. I've thrown a couple down.
They can get their minders or butlers to turn the volume up if you need it.
As that one's fouled off. Smith looking aggressive, but I wouldn't say comfortable. Aggressive, but not comfortable. So she's really looking for a hit. She's had two half turns at bat now, so you're a little bit comfortable. Should be able to relax a little bit more, but understands the pressures that the Flames are under. And I think you'll find is make some contact here.
Thornburn will deal. She's ahead of the count, and Smith
goes after that one again. Now, batting number 5, Smith's normally your second lead-off, so you'd expect that. You know, your number 4 comes in, cleans up. Number 5.
I would have said second cleanup. Number 5.
Second cleanup.
Second lead off at 6.
Your second lead-off is well, technically number 4 is supposed to clean the bases, right?
Second lead off could also be your second batter. But now
Smith swings it low and in the dirt, and Thornburn grabs another K2.
Yeah, that's the first out of the second inning. And now you look at Oklahoma University, their power hitter hits at 2.
Yeah, right.
Jocelyn Arlo has the all-time college home run record. She hit 2 her whole entire career.
I have said this multiple times as that one's pushed out to third base. And Rita, as that one just hits the
away
dirt.
from Radcliffe. So Vaz Nepier's night of good fortune and good play continues. She's aboard for WA.
I've said it previous, in the...
How many times?
Well, I've said it a couple of times, probably a lot.
How many, mate?
Is that your 8 and 9 batters always seem to be dangerous. You never know what you're going to get with an 8 and 9, do you? And I've been proven right time and time again that the 8 and 9s come up, and then your lead-off's up again.
The stronger your 8 or 9 is, the bigger production the top of your order can have, right?
Coach said to me that once when he put me at 8, I sulked for about 3 days.
Charter Smith.
That one hits the back net. And
we haven't seen her come to the plate much in this tournament. We've mostly seen her as a pitcher, and if you saw last night, Mark, in the 8 o'clock game, she was just full of beans, bouncing around. She just brought the energy.
I was just trying to get my paperwork together there. You're talking Charter Smith, is that what you're saying?
Alyssa Charter Smith.
Full of energy. I'm liking her style in the box. You know, I'm all about style and how I look. I don't worry about how I play.
Feel good, yeah.
Yeah. It was all about how I look in the box, and she's got the style. Let me tell you, Charter Smith, I'm liking it. The arm guard, very similar to what I had. The stance, this will go long. This is going to go long.
Using the Eastern Ghost.
Oh, I would have left that one as well. Great call.
Got the tough stickers as well.
100%. Yep. I'm feeling good here. Kick a bit of dirt out of the way. I like it. Well, this is what the team need, right? They need to have this front on that we're going to take this game on and we're going to go after it. And at the moment, that's what they're doing. Oh, she went after that one.
The name escapes. Was it Bo Jackson? It was a famous American professional athlete that once said that sport is half physical and 80% mental.
As a dumb builder.
80% mental and the other half physical,
and
he
as
said.
a dumb builder, that's how I do my invoices. Pay half now and the 80% on completion. Oh, she lays off that one. Looking for it too is what you need to do. You need to come out. You need to be aggressive, but you also need to just understand what you need to do for the team. And the Flames are up and about. They're a bit quiet in the dugout for my liking, considering the enormity of this game.
Yep. You win, you're through. They had goals at the start of the tournament to make top 4. They weren't here to make up the numbers.
Oh, no.
Charter Smith is a pitcher, so she can appreciate that edge as she goes down looking for the second strikeout of the inning for Mel Thorburn.
And unfortunately, can't even blame the umpire there because that was a perfect corner and a great call by the Blue as we see that on the replay. But we have a runner at first. We have 2 out.
Amber Hinchliffe is to the plate. Boland is the courtesy runner for Vaz Napier. You might appreciate the effort that's gone into the ponytail, Mark. You do a few ponytails, don't you?
Well, I had a rat's tail back in the day, but there's a fair bit going on there as well, isn't there? So that's
like
a lot of prep.
The effort that's gone into it.
Yep, there's a lot of prep into that. But good style. Wide leg stance. Do you lose power as that one flies up foul?
I'll give you a prime example of the widest stance I've ever seen on a player was Chris Kiefel.
Oh, okay.
His back foot was on the back line, his front foot was on the front line, and he had all the power in the world.
Imagine how good a batter he could be if he stood properly. G'day, Chris. If you're listening. He could hit a ball too, don't you worry about that.
Still can.
Yeah.
Still can. The Spacequake Sports crew are broadcasting the men's league in Victoria. He plays for the Metrans.
Yep.
He's got a different look to what he had back in the playing days. You remember his long hair that he had?
Beautiful hair. Talking about ponytails and getting ready for a game. Chris Kiefel, one of the greatest. Hall of Fame as well, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Hall of Fame. Great guy. Never used to like me much. I think he hit me a couple of times, but that's great guy, great player, and he would hit the ball. But this is a wide stance for my liking. As that is number 3 inside away.
Swing and a miss, and Sam Robin going for the 4th out. Picking off Tori Boland at first, but 3 strikeouts in the inning.
That was good for the ACT.
Denying WA, so it's still a 1-run ball game. It's Claire Warwick in the centre of the screen. I'm sure if it's tight towards the end of the game, she may come in for a
swing.
bat. Yeah. Just one of the elite bats of the competition. You can see McDonald and McCready in screen, and there's a view overlooking the multi-purpose field here, which we call Diamond 2 at West Beach. The golf course in the background, and in the very backdrop, you could see the top line of the Adelaide Hills, and when the time comes, you'll see a plane either landing or taking off, and any pan to the right of screen is to the west, and the beach is very close by, and West Beach Park's in there, accommodation precinct, and then the ocean.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Like I said, I've been in Queensland, Victoria, and I've settled in South Australia, and I love the place. It's been very good to me. Beautiful scenery, beautiful people. See how that one just came in? I don't know if it's my eyes, if I'm getting deceived here, but they are on an off pace, and then one fires in, but they just sit so flat. They're not an off pace that they drop. They are a flat off pace. Ooh, the umpire had a real good look at that one too.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Kobe Church, who wasn't express, but he could vary his pace a bit and had good control.
Yep.
Savannah Ritter. And it doesn't matter if you're pitching express pace or not. You've got to respect the pitcher for all their tricks that they have.
Oh, well, it then becomes to how good a batter you are, because you've got to then slow down your hand speed. You've got to slow down your body movement. Like you're used to starting your step and your elbows coming through when the pitch is in that leaping motion. But when the ball's not coming as fast, you've got to time that better. And you see some of the elite athletes, they loop them in to try and learn that. Oh, that was just in for my liking, so that was okay. That was another good call by the Blue.
Yeah, Justice Ritter seen a few pitches now. It's a full count, 3-2. The 9-hitter fouls this one off. Somewhat a dead rubber for the ACT, but you can hear them from their dugout. They're up and about, aren't they? Confidence is up from their
You want to finish a tournament on a win.
Victoria.
You want to finish a tournament on a win. I know when the SA men's came back and with a couple of wins under their belt, and one of them was it was fantastic feeling as that one's pushed, and that will hold up in the wind, Jim. It's out at centre field, and there we go.
So Rio with the catch for the first out.
Yeah, when you take home a win and you're in that rebuilding process, that's what you need. You go, okay, well, this is what happened. This is how we finished. We knocked off a team that was knocking on the door of the finals, so we're almost there. So they got a lot to play for as well.
Absolutely. Here's Cooper. Fly out to left field. Her first turn up about it was a nice piece.
Well, that was a nice flat one too. That's going to drop in. Is it? No, it's going to drop right into the basket.
Sarah Rio makes up some ground on this one. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. Has to get on her bike for the first few steps. Completes the catch. There's 2 quick outs. McCready. This is Katie.
Just looking as the ACT girls come up, you're right. They are a young group of girls, aren't they? When I was coming, I'm a lot older now. But when I was in my mid-20s, when I was playing that, high-level competition, the women's were all around that, 30-year age, high 20s, 30-year age. These are a young group of girls coming through for ACT, and they've got a lot to look forward to. They've got a lot to look forward to if this is where they're sitting at the moment.
Yep, Henman, both McCreadys. As well as Maiden, all were in the under-23s in Adelaide just last month.
And I think it's fantastic because look what South Australian softball did with their development programs throughout the last 10 years to get South Australia where they are. If ACT has got the same sort of, system, I suppose.
Development program.
They're going to make it. They're going to make a big headway in the next few years.
They had a great preparation. They played in the Tri-Series against New South Wales and the New Zealand White Sox. Tori Boland takes a comfortable catch in foul territory. They had the Canberra Skins tournament, and as a team, they were quite committed to travelling in the New South Wales State League as well. So early starts, a couple of them actually had motor vehicle accidents with the Kangaroos on the trip from Canberra to Sydney. So just a committed group, and so they really have put in the time and the effort to put together a campaign, and perhaps the results haven't gone their way in this tournament, but believe you me, Mark, your point is right on with their development program. Got some young players coming through as well.
Well, look at what happened with Australia in the Olympics, right? Everyone got around the Australian team. No matter, we had one team then. It was no New South Wales. There was no Queensland. There was no Western Australia. It was the spirit, right? So that would have really touched grassroots softball, right? So the numbers should have bolstered. So out of that tournament, the Olympics tournament, we should see 1, 2, 3, 4 really good players in the next 10 years come through. I would hope.
Out of the Olympic campaign.
From the Olympic campaign, I would see that it'll roll through. You may see the next Stacey Porter, who might only be 10 years old at the moment, who has been touched by what she saw and come through in the next 5 years. She might be 15, 16, 17, start really playing and putting it down. As this one's bunted perfectly, and the throw beats her out perfectly.
Ashlyn Wilson puts down a terrific bunt, but she is beaten by a great defensive play from the ACT Diamonds.
And Dow, the left-hander. They're so dangerous, left-hand batters. So dangerous.
Yep, absolutely. They got that 1.5 metre advantage over to first base. So what's that, maybe 1 or 2 steps?
When you run as slow as me, that's about 7 steps. She takes the first one.
The wind is terrible. Still playing havoc with our paperwork.
Oh, she fires that one out to centre.
Had a lead-off triple Dow, didn't she, in the first inning, and rips this one, but it picks out Henman at centre field.
And took that very comfortably in the end. I can't get over how well they're judging the ball out there, given the fact that it was swirling. I watched, I think it was the SA girls the other night on Diamond 2, and it was swirling around. It was up and about. And so they're doing it really, really well out there. As you said before, the captain, is it, Rio?
Sarah Rio, yep.
Another left-hander. First base is right down.
Yeah, she's come down just in case, because Sarah Rio can play the short game. Just poised, aren't we? And waiting in anticipation. Well, this one's low.
I know it's a dead rubber for ACT, but it's an exciting game to watch, because this will shape the final series, right? And this is what we said at the start. So anything could happen here. If you're Queensland, I'm going to ask you a random, as this one's popped up, fouled for number 2. Who would you rather play if you were Queensland? Who have you had success over? Has Queensland beaten both teams? Am I putting you on the spot here? I'm not too sure.
Queensland's probably had the advantage over all the teams so far, except for that loss to Victoria, I think. So we can double check the results in a moment.
Three balls, 1 strike. As Rio settles in again. Oh, was about to ring her up then, Blue, and said, no, that's only number 2. Was locked and loaded too, James. Let's hope she doesn't get an opportunity to do that. Oh, it's another one fouled off. just to keep that alive, I think. Rio didn't want to leave that one that was pretty close, so just sort of pushed that across, out of the way. Still plenty of talk out there from ACT, so they're getting behind Thornburn. Western Australia standing up in the dugout. They know what's on the line here. As that one's popped into the hole, but no, McCready takes that comfortably. Was in quite shallow. Lee Hull wouldn't have liked that, but probably would have liked it because she caught it.
Okay, so you asked who do you think Queensland would prefer to play. Queensland are through to the minor semi-final, which is an elimination final, 9 a.m. tomorrow, against either WA or Victoria. WA win this game, and they're through. If WA lose, it will be Victoria. Queensland beat WA 9-1. Queensland beat ACT 2-1, so ACT can't make it. Queensland beat Victoria 3-2, so that was a tight game. Victoria beat Queensland 7-4, so you'd think WA going by those results, and in their last game, WA-Queensland, Queensland beat WA just at 3 p.m. today, 10-1.
And who beat South Australia? WA. So,
3-1,
like I said, you never know. If you got the right combination, we've always said this is a game of inches. It brings up the chalk, it doesn't bring up the chalk. It could be the difference between making the next step. It can break your heart, or it can make you happy.
Yeah, it could make you as well. Yeah, let's go to the top of the fourth inning. ACT hit a 3 in the lineups. Rebecca McDonald up to bat. And if the result stays like this, WA will be playing Queensland at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So Victorian hearts are breaking at the moment because WA hold on to a slight lead. It's fouled off.
Did that hit somebody?
Yeah, Becky. Let's oh, there's the ball being retrieved, but trying to see who it is. And is that Brett Tyler, the umpire, with the rosy red cheeks?
Don't ask me, I can hardly read my sheet.
Is.
As McDonald watches that one.
Top of the fourth, Rebecca McDonald playing second base tonight for the ACT. Justice Perry pitching. Oh! Smashes that in a great return catch for Tori Boland at third base. McDonald can't believe it.
Just standing there with a big smile on her face. But watch this. Comes off like a rocket, and Boland just went bang.
Plucks it. Takes a good catch and holds it for style points as well.
Oh, yeah. An extra 10 there for the looks.
Line drive 5 for those scoring at home. Low for a ball on Jamie Redcliffe.
And if you score like me, you just go one in a circle saying out.
Fly ball out to left field for her first turn at bat.
Another one over to Boland. Boland picks it up comfortably and fires it across to Smith.
She's been terrific all tournament long, and tonight that's her third play. ACT, just the 2 hits so far. Katie McCready and Sam Robin halfway through the order for the second time, and Tess Henman.
Given the pace that Perry's throwing, that's a hot corner, and it's going to be a hot corner. So if you can time it correctly, you hit that 5-6 hole. But you've got two very good defensive players on that side of the diamond, haven't you, in Boland and Dow. All right, stay off that one. Well held.
It's a very good point, actually, Mark. If you can get it past Boland, you've got Dow to contend with.
She's everywhere at the moment. Very good foot speed, hasn't she? And
reads the play very well.
Yeah.
Strike called on Henman, who went early in the count last time. This time around, seeing a few pitches, 2-1.
Very early on that one. That was an off pace again. And Henman just settling in, realises what happened there. That one low.
And good variation from Perry. She had a wry smile, an absolute competitor, they say. Hates to lose, don't we all? But this one,
yeah,
hates it more than anyone.
No, I'm a stinker. As that one's fired down between the other hole, between the coach and third base. Yeah, I'm not a good loser. I don't think anyone is. And if they say that you are, then they're a bad loser. They just don't tell you. They're lying. Again over to Boland and picks that one up comfortably again and fires it across. Good arm on Boland.
All three plays. Oh, she's a catcher by trade and then plays third base. So to give the old legs a rest as she fires it across on the Eastern replay. All three plays from the hot corner in that inning.
Yeah, that was a very good play. Good arm, because it came to her quite slow. And again, when the pitcher's not throwing as much as heat as what you think it's going to come, the batter misjudges it. It comes across, because normally third base is a hot spot. You get them, it's like bang, isn't it? Like you got it or you don't have it.
That's it. Adelaide, the city of sunsets. Doesn't it look amazing? Overlooking the diamond here at West Beach on a pretty chilly night. It says on the Bureau of Meteorology app, it's 18 degrees, feels like minus 27. Great work from our team at Spacequake Sports, bringing you every game of the Gilley Shield live, and we're up to game 29 and 30. The other game is New South Wales, Queensland. We might check in the score on that actually. And tomorrow just leaves 4 games to go.
As that one's left. Well, this could be Boland's night. She's getting plenty of touches on the diamond, and now with the bat in hand, looking aggressive, settling in. Oh, stepped in quite early on that one, but left it. So got a bit of a play. They're looking over at the coach at third base there. They're having a bit of a chin wag. So we may see something in the next if it's close.
Is Boland was in every play of the last defensive inning for WA, and she's up to date here.
She's grimacing again. Look at her. She's like, yes, there it was. And he's, I think the coach, I'm not too sure what the coach's name is. And
Royce Swinburne.
I apologise, Royce, and you probably don't know who I am, so we'll call it even. He was having a bit of a chuckle then as well. So something may have gone amiss. Now's the time to make amends. There it is. It's
Boland
pushed out.
Goes opposite field, and good catch taken by Bree Kimber for the first out. And well, thanks to Spacequake Sports, it is a 4-1 ball game over on Diamond 1 with New South Wales ahead in the bottom of, the top of the second. Just the top of the second, 4-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth here. May have had a slight delay to start that one.
Wow, Perry just gave that everything she had. The head was gone and then the bat followed. I think she just needs to just learn from her previous at bat. where she just pushed one through to shortstop, I think. Went through to shortstop.
Yeah, and an infield single to the backhand side. McCready had a play, but Perry was able to beat it out. Big step, a big swing, and got to be careful you don't foul those off onto your foot. They can sting a little.
Especially on a night like tonight. She settles in. Pushes that one out into the hole. That's going to go through, Jim. It has. It's turned. It's hit the fence. Perry's turned and going to hold up at 2.
All the way out to the centre field fence. Tess Henman has to fish it out on the back net. An appeal play from the ACT safes the call. So the appeal was that she missed first for a stand-up double.
Call come from the bench too. The coach wasn't 100% convinced that she touched the inside corner.
Second hit of the ball game for Perry, who's pitching a gem for Western Australia. She has 2 hits and the solo or the lone RBI. Paige Smith now.
Paige Smith, the second cleanup or the second leadoff. She'll be able to make amends from the K2 at first at bat. She saw plenty of it, having 2 half at turns at bat, so she'll be wanting to go after this. Good eyes.
Just the one out runner on 2, so the on deck batter Vaz Nipia has taken off the leg guards. Pitch just at the bottom of the zone.
You'd say that as a catcher. As a batter, I'd say that was no good. I heard you guys talking the other night about how some of these catchers are framing it, really putting effort into the frames, and you actually pulled a replay up just to so you can see the turn or the twist. I think it was Anthony Weatherstone pulled it up, and is that one may drop in, and it will.
Smith finds the gap. Very similarly to Perry, who's just got to canter home.
Rolls home, doesn't she, to make it?
Limping?
Oh, she is limping a little bit there.
Labouring at least as Paige Smith still smiles with an RBI single.
And how good was that contact by Smith? Didn't need to do anything aggressively, just needed to put bat on the ball and push it out. It was a good hit.
Smith is going to get a pinch runner. It's her sister, Sarah Johns. That was a nice moment earlier today when Smith got to pitch to Johns. It was just the one batter, but nice family connection because Glennis, their mother, joined us in commentary a couple of days ago.
Right.
Vaz Nipia on screen. She's catching tonight. Timeout was called for the substitution for the pinch runner. And Thorburn picking up some of the clay that the pitchers insist on digging out every single time they go to the plate, causing more and more work for our grounds crew that work overtime.
I tell you what, not having Maddie Cameron in the South Australian team has probably saved you at least 18 hours of groundskeeping on Diamond 1.
Yeah, we had to cancel one of the trucks of dirt to bring in to fill up.
Once she said she's not playing, it was cancelled the
They went out of business. Yeah, they went out of business.
Oh, good pitch.
Good change of pace, wasn't it?
That just rolled off the edge of a table, that one.
And it really slowed down Nipia's swing. Sarah Johns is the runner on 1, and Mark, she makes the trek from Mora for every training of a 2-hour drive each way back to Perth.
Well, that's the sort of commitment that I used to show, James, when I was playing. I'd get there at least 5 minutes before the game and really knock that pie down and finish off the can of Coke and run out there. As Nipia fouls that one off. couple of intruders there. The magpie chasing the seagull.
Just one pie, Mark.
Just, oh, they don't call them traveller pies for no reason. James, I probably had the first one in the car. That's Napier. As that one's fired through out to centre field. And Napier makes up. Loves it. Couple of foul balls that she's pushed off to the right. And then Western Australia, runners on first and second now, leading 2-0. And that was a great hit. Sorry about the little blackout there. Napier pushes that one out to centre field. And that brings up Carter Smith. Charter Smith? Charter Smith, is that right? I can't read your handwriting here, but looking aggressive in the box. This could turn real quickly, James. Oh, she went after that one. That one's high and out. Charter Smith looking the sorts to really make some damage or do some damage here for Western Australia. Oh, she wouldn't be happy about leaving that one. This will be the one, James, I think. She can get her hands around.
Yeah, 1-2 count.
She's got to get around. KC left us. Just watch the last strike last time. She can't afford to do it again for her team. Oh, no, she's done it again. I put the commentator's curse on her.
Yeah, 3 consecutive hits for WA, and Charter Smith goes down without a fight for the second out. Amber Hinchliffe is the next batter due up, but the substitution is for the catcher.
And that's one thing that Lee Hull hates, isn't it, is the KC. You watch that third one go past, you don't leave it in the hands of the umpire, because sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they get it right.
Karina Dickey is the courtesy runner for the catcher speed up.
Thorburn doing a very good job out there with mixing it up, given the fact that there was 3 hits and then comes back with a KC. So moving it around and mixing it up and being very composed out there, I'm liking it. Oh, as that one's fouled off. A little bit behind. But Hinchcliffe is going after it, and that's what I like to see. Swing the bat. You can't hit the ball if the bat's sitting on your shoulder, can you?
It's actually not a silly comment, Mark, because a lot of batters do freeze in the box, and I don't think we've seen it too many times, but there's still been plenty of strikeouts looking in the tournament. This one's popped up to the right side and hitting under it to take a good catch.
Kimber.
Was Bree Kimber for the third out. 3 hits, but they've only scored an extra 1 to extend their lead out to 2. Here's a Eastern replay of the catch from Kimber, the right fielder.
Very comfortable catch there too. So Western Australia, end of the 4th, lead ACT 2-0. And you would think that ACT have got a little bit of work to do, but they're not running away with it, Western Australia. So it's a very tight ball game still.
Yeah, tight ball game, and you'd have to say at this point that Justice Perry's been the difference. She's been able to keep the ACT to 2 hits. There's another look at that sunset.
How beautiful is that? Over the golf course?
Over the Norfolk Pines.
Perry's throwing that off pace, right?
So now do you implement a short game where the ball's not going to ricochet too much off? ACT need to get some runners on base.
Well, that's where SA got it wrong yesterday against Justice Perry in their 3-1 loss, is that speaking to Bill Benedictson after the game, he suggested that the players just try to win it themselves rather than play a team game. And so he's quite critical of his players, whereas ACT have the opportunity to change their game plan and get the ball into play, get the bunt down, push the WA corners.
What have they got to lose? Absolutely nothing, right? So you then go home with a second win under your belt, you know, full sail, you're feeling confident. So maybe try the short game, because we're at the top of the top of the fifth now, or top of the fourth?
Yeah, top of the
fourth?
fifth. We've passed that halfway mark, top of the fifth.
So now you go, okay, I need to do something different, because I've had 4 innings and I couldn't get it right.
News from Diamond 1, thanks to Spacequake Sports, Bar 66 and the Red Stars Cafe. The New South Wales Fire Starters 6 to the Queensland Heat 1. We're in the bottom of the second.
Oh, as that one's going to pop up. And shortstop, Dow made some ground.
McKenna Dow took that one comfortably. Mark, you may or may not have seen it on day 1 on this diamond. Dow did not take her eye off the ball. She put the body on the line and slammed into the fence, just spilling the catch in foul territory. She's got such great lateral movement. So fun to watch. A great arm and rarely gets it wrong.
I'm loving the hair. Cult figure.
Yeah. Ooh. Sam Robin, who hit a towering blow in the second inning. Double to left field.
The wind's picked up a little bit now. You can see the cloth on the fence just going in front of us there. Now you want to get on top of it and push it down. You want to stay off the high ball like that, and then you want to try and get something and just push it down a little bit. Was a good pitch.
Wind has picked up. The temperature's dropped another 12 degrees. The commentator's dressed by Kathmandu tonight.
Not me. I forgot my jacket. Thank you. Oh,
blanket.
The blanket. Well, thank you very much for bringing the blanket. Oh, that one's going to pop up, and guess who's there again? Bowling. Oh.
Well, she's not happy. She hasn't moved. A leg, a knee, an ankle. She's up now. She looks okay. So perhaps she just tripped on her own feet. Maybe let's have a look at this, the Eastern replay, and a life for Sam Robin.
Oh, yeah, right in a little bit of a divot there. I tell you what, it's that cold. It could have been polar bear poo.
Oh. Tori Boland just missed opportunity, so...
A life given.
Yep. And can they make him pay? Sam Robin fouls that one off.
And these are the little things that can change a game, isn't it? Your foot goes into a divot and maybe you miss it, and then all of a sudden the batter makes you pay a second life. Now I've got nothing to lose because I should have been out, right? So this is like a free hit. So I'm going to give it everything I've got. I'm going to go after it. Or you go, I'm going to be composed, which most batters do.
Close.
Wowee. How do you leave him? How do you leave him like that? Perry goes, I can't believe you left it. Wowee, it gave me a heart attack.
Well, you say it. It's a game of inches. We've now got a full count.
Yeah.
And Sam Robin goes hard and goes foul.
Goes after a high one, but left one that was just underneath the letters, and then goes after one above the letters. It's funny, specific batters like the ball you know, throwing to Jared Farrell doesn't matter where you throw it, right? Well, I think we're giving up where you throw it to Jared Farrell. Likes of Belinda White, doesn't matter where you throw it now, they'll hit it anywhere. But particular, that one's crushed. Foul over the left field fence. Big hit.
Foul over the left side, yeah. Perry and Napier have the opportunity just to have a word about perhaps where this next one should be called.
You got Dow out there having a bit of a chin wag as well, a bit of a smile on her face. Western Australia's enjoying this game, and so they should. They've got a fair bit riding on the line. As that one's pushed out to Wilson and fires it across to Smith.
Yeah, good call, Mark. Ashton Wilson and Paige Smith combining for the second out after a long at bat from Robin. 2 out.
Kimber strikeout, swinging at her last at bat. As that one's high and out.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, some of the girls on the bench are getting fired up for
Short
ACT.
sleeve shirts on the players.
And I'm not going to name names, but I can tell you that was Jamie Radcliffe, for those that are playing at home, who all the noise is coming from. So when you watch this back at home, Jamie, that was you. Oh, she fires that one up the middle, Jim. So that's the start ACT needed. And I tell you what, Kimber made amends for a swinging third out in the previous time at bat to make up for that. That was a perfect. And look at her, she's going. Great run.
Easton replay, another look at that shot up the middle. That's the third hit of the game for the ACT Diamonds. Can they mount some kind of a fight back and get one of these runs?
Oh,
Great
that's going to hold up.
Savannah Ritter, but it goes down the throat of Jamie Lee Rowe. Very reliable out at left field for the third out, denying the ACT. They have been threatening.
Well, Ritter has had a fly to 9 and a fly to 7. So, making contact.
Might have a look at Justice Perry's numbers, because not only has she contributed on the strike, but with the bat, we can see Justice Perry is in the 4th spot in the batting order for Western Australia. She's had 2 at-bats for 2 hits, a run and an RBI. And from the pitching circle, 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 strikeout on 67 pitches. So efficiency right up there. And haven't really seen much action in either bullpen. So looks like WA are sticking with Justice throughout the rest of this game. Is she due up soon, Mark?
Oh, you're going to hang me out to dry. She is on batter 4, which means she is 1, 2, 3, 5 batters.
Well, if she can get in that bat in this inning, it's a good chance that WA have put another run on the board. So here's Ashlyn Wilson.
As that one's high.
And just as I say that, I can see a couple of the WA girls warming up behind the dugout.
Well, I hope they don't want to warm up too much and come and take the blanket, because it's... Whoa!
Fouls off the first base dugout as Josh Kavanagh runs for the hills. He's actually quite a funny bloke. I won't let the boys from Bedford know that I said that, though. Jared and I got to play a couple games for Bedford, and he actually now plays for Coach Roy Swinbourne's team in the WA. A couple of tournaments every now and then each year. Boys from Bedford don't need an old fella like me anymore.
You've still got a lot to offer, James.
I'm there in spirit. Ashlyn Wilson.
Oh, as Wilson goes after that one. Really, really wants a hit here. Wilson 1-3 first at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Queensland Heat in a bit of a comeback. It's 6-3 in the bottom of the second over on Diamond 1.
That's good preparation for Queensland, let me tell you. As Wilson goes after that one and fouls it back.
If anyone's interested, it's Chantel Ladner pitching for New South Wales. So maybe they've opted to leave Plain and Parnaby back at the hotel.
Watching the Spacequake Sports coverage.
Bottom half of the 5th inning.
As that one flies out. Well, you would. If you were New South Wales, you'd be resting as... It's a dead rubber for them as well, right?
New South Wales will finish top. Queensland will finish third, regardless of the result of this game.
So you would just rest everyone that you think would be your starting 9. You would give them a little bit of a chance, an opportunity to recover, because it's been a big 4 days.
Well, it's not possible to rest all 9. There's only 16 in a squad.
Okay. Swing and a miss, and tag.
Ashlyn Wilson will go down on strikes. Just a quick count. That's the 6th strikeout for Thorburn. And the first out of the 5th inning. Go back up to Kenna Dow.
Here we go.
Nice wide open stance.
Right foot back a little bit so she can step towards the ball.
Yeah, that's her first movement. And on the line, a high leg kick. Plants that front foot.
See, I don't mind that. I like the, you know, when you're taught as a junior, your knee comes up, you push it out, you pivot your hips. I think that's the only thing I ever listened to.
Yeah. Drop the back shoulder.
Yeah.
Hope for the best, right?
Close your eyes, look up, swing hard.
Sam Robin, I like that. Just holding it there for the umpire to get a little bit of a longer look at it.
Some of my fondest memories was playing junior softball. Loved it. Started playing when I was 15. And a big shout out to Barbara Glassy if you're looking. She ran the dim sims in the van. They were great.
Hard shot past shortstop. Henman does well to block it and reduce it to single for Dow, her second hit of the game.
I tell you what, Dow went after that one and was looking to go to 2 as well, just in case there was another error. So she's on the ball tonight. But that was a nasty little hop there. McCready sort of just got the brunt of it, unfortunately.
You think Kenna Dow knows what a dim sim is?
I tell you what, by the time I was 16, I knew what they were. Don't you worry about that.
Sarah
Used
Rio.
to play the Twilight competition for the Oilers. It was a mixed competition back then, James, when I was 15, 16.
Thorburn takes a step off. Have a look at the defence of ACT. McCready at shortstop's inside the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but second base has chosen to stay back, so she'll be covering 2. McCready breaks for 2, so
No one told shortstop that.
Or Kenna Dow just needs time out to tie up the shoelaces. There's Thorburn on screen.
Is that a giveaway to say, right, I'm just getting ready to run?
Yeah. Coach, I'm green lighting myself.
It's almost like when the coach points to second because you don't understand the signals.
Yeah.
Used to happen a lot. Yeah,
Rio
she did.
Yep, Rio on the move. Wanted a shot at a running bunt there. Yeah, it gets embarrassing when the coach pulls out flags at like a semaphore. And
Yeah, 100%. And says, Mark, are you listening?
Yeah.
No.
Still. Thorburn to Rio. Dow on 1.
Oh, as Rio does cut at that, but very late.
Robin calling well against Rio, the WA captain. A strikeout the first at bat. A fly ball to left field. 1 out and a runner on 1. She needs to get this ball into play for her team because a win secures them a top 4 finish in their return to the Gilley Shield. Dow.
Great pickup. That was a very good pickup. Yeah, and you can hear the AC team in the background just acknowledging the pickup.
And what it means. Yeah.
Yep. And that was Claire Warwick too. So even though she's on the bench for this game, she is up and about and acknowledging everything that everybody does. So that's the sort of person you want on your team and around your team, isn't it, James?
Yeah, you feed off the great leaders of your teams as Rio holds off that one. Captain of the Aussie Spirit. Been to multiple World Championships and Olympic Games. Is the reigning MVP of this tournament and best batter. You can't leave players like that out of a national team, can you?
No, you wouldn't. And just as you was rattling that off, very similar to my resume. As that one's pushed down, and she's going to make it. Oh, that's dead ball. Dead ball is called by the umpire batting out of the box.
In the box, pointing at the box.
Oh, so what does that mean? She kicked the ball?
Restart.
Oh,
yeah.
Why is that?
If you're in the box...
And you kick the ball?
I don't think she'd...
Why? What happened? Tell me what happened there. Absolutely nothing.
Well, that is interesting. That would be very interesting to look at again, but...
I don't know what happened there.
Tell what it was for.
But it hasn't hit
The
her.
umpire thought that it hit the foot of Rio.
Well,
but
it didn't.
It's missed. So, that's very interesting, that one. 2-2 count, nonetheless. She gets a nice piece of this and gets it up the middle. So
justice prevails.
Maybe a same or similar result, but it just looked a little better for Rio. Single up the middle. Yep. Instead of a miss hit.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a miss hit. It was like a running bunt, right?
Yeah, she chopped it to the ground. Neither team made a complaint about it, surprisingly. So both teams happy with a 0-0 draw, I think.
Well, you can't, what do you do, challenge it? There's no challenging in softball, unfortunately.
And Coach Carroll taking this opportunity just to have a quick word to his team with just the one out here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 runners aboard. It's Dow and Rio, which brings up the dangerous Boland. Interesting to see how she goes after a slight roll of the ankle, trying to take a foul fly ball just in the last inning. Quick runners on bases for WA as they threaten here in the bottom of the fifth. Eager to get a cut of the ball here, Boland, but holds back the hands at a ball above the shoulders. Outside edge for a ball. So ahead of the count here, Boland. Good hitters count with runners on 1 and 2. Swinburne may have been tempted to put on a play here because Boland's got a good short game. And instead, she shoulders, arms, takes another pitch. It's a 3-0 count. It'd be interesting to see if she had a green light here on Thorburn. She does go on a 3-0 count. Thorburn working well with Sam Robin, both from Queenslanders. Boland swings and misses at that one and will go to a full count. Full count here for Boland. Fouls that one off. Mark, I was just saying that Thorburn and Robin, both from Queensland. I know that this ACT contingent of Queenslanders have trained together a fair bit, so probably familiar with each other in battery. Goes to the right side. Dow tags up, takes off on the catch, so there'll be a play at 3.
Ooh.
And then Rio takes off on the throw. Nearly over, slides the base. She's just called timeout. The runner at 2. Eastern replay. Boland does the job to advance the runner. Good catch taken out there by Bree Kimber. If the throw was just slightly to the left of third base, may have been a play. That slide
hurt too, didn't it? She hit the ground hard. It's very hard out there.
Yeah, this multi-purpose diamond that we have here at West Beach is exposed to a lot of breeze and
gets that hard skin across the top. But you got the groundsman here doing a fantastic job in keeping it in playable condition throughout.
Thank you, Mark.
The tournament. So congratulations to you and the boys and girls.
Yeah, Tori Boland flies out to right field for the second time tonight. Does advance both runners a base. And that is after singles to Kennedale and Sarah Rio.
And they're giving Perry a walk. They're giving her a free ride.
Well, she's had 2 hits, so an intentional base on balls for Justice Perry to load up the bases. And Paige Smith, who has an RBI to right field in her last at-bat, comes to the plate.
So this is to get the force anywhere they can and walk off. But I heard you say the other night, if you get it in the infield, you want to play the closest bag or just hit. Oh, hit one, right? Yep.
Swinging, and Thorburn just added a little bit of juice to that one as Paige Smith just slightly behind it.
Her eyes lit up on that one, Paige, and Thorburn, you're right, gave it just that little bit more.
Timeout. It's a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Perry, she shuffles off. Can you tell from that, Mark, whether or not
Well, she was labouring before. Remember, we saw her just jog off that little bit, and we thought, it's been a big, don't forget, these girls have played some really good softball in the last 4 days, so it's taken its toll. Oh, that one comes off the toe. That's the one we didn't want.
Not in this cold weather. Not at the best of times, but especially not in this cold weather. Paige Smith has had a couple of little niggles in this tournament. Hurt her knee on the Thursday night before they left to come to Adelaide.
Oh, no.
In the final team training.
Oh, no.
So we didn't see her play the first day.
But, again, with Smith, K2 in the first at-bat, pushes one through to centre field. So it's a 50-50, batting 500 tonight. So she'd be liking the odds. She goes after that one again.
Well, timeout call. We might take a chance to say g'day to a couple of the folks watching back home. Andy McCall just letting us know that all the Queensland contingent playing for the Brisbane Bears, for the Bears in the Brisbane Association. Thanks for that, Andy. Was a pickup player for SA back in 1995.
95?
Yeah, good catcher in Queensland.
Wowee. 95, I was playing the national fast pitch in 95, so he would have played up in Redlands.
That tournament was at South Brisbane.
No. So he would have been playing if he was a Queenslander back in the Redlands or somewhere up there because...
In the under-19s, it was.
Oh.
As a draft player for the SA under-19 team in 1995.
No, maybe I'm a little bit older.
We finished third. It's still the equal best finish for a South Australian men's team in our history.
Oh, really?
Really.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. 1995. Paige Smith.
As that one's straight back to Thornburn, who fires it over to Radcliffe, the effects Mike guru. Well, denying WA. It was a long inning, wasn't it? It started out with Ashlyn Wilson, a strikeout. Then McKenna Dow a single, Sarah Rio a single, Tori Boland a long at bat and a fly ball to the right side. Justice Perry was intentionally walked, and then Paige Smith
finally grounded out to end the inning, leaving the bases loaded. So ACT remain in the game, and we go to the top of the 6th inning, and it's a 2-0 ball game. Who else is watching?
Eric
Jason?
Bolnar has made a comment there. And yes, Eric, that is me from the CPC Angels, but I think Eric forgot the reigning champions, the CPC Angels.
Reigning champions of the fully loaded preseason competition, that's right. Just listening Lee. Yes, we're all missing Lee as well. We know that he's been watching, and we'll love to have him back on the mic, but doctor's orders refrains him from being here. And in a phone call that we had, he said he loves doing this more than anything. Only thing he loves more is his family and
Fritz sandwich.
Yeah, and Fritz and sauce sandwich. Jason Garner's watching. He's an avid watcher. Loves our work here on the call.
It attracts a lot of people, and Spacequake Sports have really delivered in this tournament, haven't they? You know, with both diamonds being covered, it's such a world-class televised event, really. When you think about the quality that's being delivered, it compares with the American, college games that we see. So, well done to everybody involved. All the guys out there around holding the cameras, freezing. The guys behind all the instruments to our right, the producers, you call them.
Yep.
They produce the magic. As Lexi Cooper. Geez, they're up and about ACT in the box too. It's really, really, really good to see. Again, we said it multiple times throughout. They are going to build, and they're building. Oh, that's beautiful shot up there to 5-6 hole. And Boland, who's over everything tonight, just could not get her glove to that. And Lexi fired that up into the hole for a base runner.
Can't keep a good player down. All smiles, Lexi Cooper, as she drills that one out to left field, and high fives all around. Just the 4th hit for the ACT, but it's a lead-off single. So can they build as they chase 2? McCready smashes one. A great backhand pickup from Boland, and they turn 2.
Oh, roll the double. Boland with the backhand pickup and fires that across to Wilson, who turns it across to Smith. That was good, Jim. Watch the replay here.
Yeah, she's got an elite arm, Ashlyn Wilson. Let's look at Boland first and foremost. Good play, and then winds up and
bang, bang.
Emma's at home. Finished off nicely by Smith with a big stretch at first. Double play. Taking a leaf out of Dowell's book. She was on screen, wasn't involved in the play, but just like that, momentum swing in favour of WA. They had the lead-off runner on base as they're now down to 4 outs to chase down the WA lead. Wowee, Mark.
Wowee, Jim. I don't know what to say, because that was a very, very good start for ACT, and I thought that they're going to get the ball rolling here. And then all of a sudden, Boland just out of reach on that first one, and then the next one said, nah, I'm going to roll a double here. I'll make up for that first one. That wasn't even her fault. What a player. What a player.
McCready smashed it as well.
Yep.
But Boland stabs the glove out. That's the reaction that you have learning as a catcher. She's a catcher for this team, probably their first catcher, but will only probably catch a game a day unless absolutely necessary. So she goes over to third for a bit of a rest, and that's the reactions you need when perhaps there's a wild pitch or a pitch that misses the spot. That's exactly what she did.
Well, she'd be. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Dowell in the 5-6 hole.
Dowell just came across and covered her up.
Off the base, so it's safe
for
Rebecca McDonald. So
let's watch the replay here, please.
She's in the 5-6 hole. It beats Boland, but there she is, Dowell. And a lead arm. And as she reached, the tippy toes just come off the base. And McDonald is safe at first.
Wowee. Can I just say, regardless of the outcome, that was a fantastic play. As that one's fired up the middle. Oh, she stumbles and flicks it up. Dal, I tell you what, she's all over it tonight, Dal, and all tournament. See how she came across on that last play? She came right across and backed up bowling and had the composure to fire it across. The toe just got dragged off a little bit. But then again, the ball hit the ground and come up and hit her in the chest. She had the composure again to stop and just flick it up to Wilson for the third out.
Denying ACT yet again. So they've come up with a couple of good shots over the last couple of innings, the ACT, but the WA defence is right up for it. So they are 3 outs away from playing in the 2023 Gilley Shield final series. The top 4 go through.
Wow.
Victoria holding on at the moment by the skins of their teeth, but in 3 outs' time, they may be overtaken by WA.
Well, this is going to be a big, big innings.
Well, let's see. Melaverta come into pitch for the ACT. Sam Robin will stay in and catch. WA will be looking to put on a couple more runs. ACT with another change. Jamie Redcliffe's going to come off and Laura Pardo's going to come in. As Radcliffe gives us some parting advice, we can just see it. We're right next to the ACT dugout.
Nice and tall, Radcliffe. Perfect for a first base. Good stride.
Kalani Sealou's out at right field and Alex Maiden out to left field. So Sean Carroll ringing the changes and emptying his bench, giving his young crew one last chance to play in the 2023, the 75th edition of the Gilley Shield. Right, that's actually a nice touch from Sean Carroll.
Well, it gives them an opportunity to say, this is the one that we need, isn't it? I'm going to give you an innings. Let's see if we can change it. Oh,
off the end of the bat from Vaz Napier.
You never know. Youth, enthusiasm, youth, luck, and all those sort of things that we used to have.
Luck, yeah.
You never know. Has Brooke pitched with a mask on at all?
Melaverta?
Yeah. No? I didn't know if I saw her the other night with a mask on. I wasn't sure.
Oh, gee, you got me there.
Okay, no, that's all right. Because I was trying to work out if I've seen this picture before, and I was confusing myself. Got a lot of pace. Got a lot of pace. But Napier is all up for the pace. He's going after everything. Ooh,
it's a nice piece, but straight to McCready at shortstop for the first out. Katie McCready taking a good catch. Line drive to 6.
Now I'm going to apologise to everyone listening now because I'm going to get all the names wrong because they've made a change and I didn't write them down. So if I get them wrong, I apologise.
Alyssa Charter-Smith is the designated player. He's had 2 strikeouts in the game so far. She's looked pretty good, but then frozen on the...
But yeah, on the third one.
It's been 2
It's been 2 KCs, which is not good. Not good in a crunch game. Come on, I'd be talking to her as the coach and as the captain, saying I don't want you to. This is a free at bat for you.
Big swing. And a miss for Charter-Smith. Just on diamond 1 at the moment. It's a shootout. The Fire Starters 10, Queensland Heat 5. We're in the bottom of the third there. Whereas we're motoring along here in the bottom of the 6th between the ACT Diamonds and the WA Flames. Melaverta has got some speed behind her. Freezes Charter Smith for her 3rd strikeout. Eastern replay.
That's 2 outs, 2 quick outs. I like that. That was probably the right call. I think it tailed in a little bit, and Brooke, how do you pronounce it?
Melaverta.
Melaverta gave it the nod when she called it. So I think everyone was on the same boat there. That was a pretty close ball. A little bit out on that one. I haven't got my glasses. I apologise. I'm 46 years old and blind as a bat. ACT pumped now. They want to get back in to the box and swing that bat. They need one more out. She held there. She's going to ask the question. No, says the umpire.
No swing, they could have asked us.
Yeah, I already told them.
There's Melaverta on screen, pitching against Amber Hinchcliffe from...
I like Melaverta. This is the first time I've seen her pitch. I like it. I like her speed. I like her her style. Look at that. Oh!
Just out of reach of Laura Pardo, who's just come into first.
Wowee. Just. ACT looking for the 3rd out here so they can pick up the stick and try and turn this 2-run deficit into a victory.
Two count now.
I'm sort of caught in the game here, Jim. I'm
We
freezing
both
up
are.
a little bit.
We both are, because we're not far away from the end, and WA may extend the lead, but ACT will need to chase down 2 runs in the top half of the next inning. Otherwise, it's the night
If we're feeling
and the
like
tournament for the ACT.
If we're feeling like this, how's Victoria feeling? I mean, I'm going to go home, have a pie on the way, maybe. But I tell you, there's a lot riding on it for these girls that have put so much time and effort into. Oh, that one's very, very close. But I tell you what, very well judged.
Yeah, Hinchcliffe with a good at-bat. Took it to a full count and earned herself a base on balls, her first time on for the game. Ashlyn Wilson's going to come to the plate for the Flames.
You know, from the first time that you received the letter from your state softball association saying congratulations, you've made the team, to the squad, the training, you've made the final 16 or whatever it is, and then to put all the time and effort, the money, the transport, you leave your family. You know, it is a tough tournament, and all of them have done a fantastic job, and I can't wait for the final series, and then that last game will be a beauty.
Yep, starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Both semi-finals from 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks to Spacequake Sports and Softball SA, all games of the 75th Gilling Shield being live streamed as Wilson gets a piece of this, goes out to right field, and a catch taken to end the inning. Is that one of the new players, or is that Bree Kimber?
Number 20.
Yeah, 23's Bree Kimber out at right field for the 3rd out of the 6th inning for WA. Now, with 3 outs away, as you mentioned, Justice Perry makes her way out to pitch. Some running repairs. I don't think there's any defensive changes for WA. They want to get 3 up, 3 down, get out of here, get home, rest, recover, have a bite to eat, and then get to bed because they've got a final to play tomorrow morning unless ACT can mount some kind of a comeback.
Number 24 takes the place of Redcliffe in the lineup.
24 is Henman, so I think Redcliffe was the final out of the last inning.
Was she? Not according to my books. Oh, maybe she was. I apologise.
Yeah, because Rebecca McDonald got on from his single to shortstop when Paige Smith's tippy toes as she reached for the ball just come off the base, and then there's a fielder's choice by Dow, who's back in the play again, diving to the backhand side. Henman safe. She's going to take off for 2. The throw is on the money. She slides in. Umpire looks for the ball. She's out. So looking for that extra base because a runner in scoring position would give that hope to the ACT Diamonds that they need. Here's the Eastern replay. Good recovery. She chases it down. And as she turns, she fires perfectly, and the tag made.
Oh, she hesitated. Let's hear her watch the... Yeah. Wow, there was an out. She hesitated. Didn't probably see the ball ricochet off that little bit.
WA been terrific in defence. Here's Alex Maiden. Again, the style points from Dow as she flicks it back to Perry after the throw around.
The more I'm watching Dow, the more I'm enjoying her. She reminds me of a young me, like, you know, style, skill. Well, that one's going to pop up, and I tell you what, they're not going to give up. Oh, and Boland beat Napier over there for it. So they're going after the out, Jim.
Yep, Maiden has been pretty good for a youngster, youngest player in this tournament. At 16 years of age, slightly behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets a piece of the ball out to left field. ACT back-to-back hits, but the WA defense holding up.
And look at him. Listen to ACT get behind the young star as well. She gets that one right in that 5-6 hole again. Just looped over, didn't it? And as good as Dow is, couldn't get to it.
A will of steel. Iron Maiden, if you would. Back to Sam Robin, who blasted a double in her first plate appearance way back in the second inning.
Ground out the second in her next at bat. So swinging, not afraid to make contact.
Just off the end of the bat. Watch which direction this one screws away. Sometimes you get those tricky ones that come back into the field of play.
And then they just sit right on the inside of the line. And everyone gets caught.
Sam Robin, 1 out for the ACT. They're down to their final 2 outs of the tournament.
They got the rally going here.
Time for a ball. Justice Perry has been brilliant. We've seen her with some big results in this tournament, defeating South Australia 3-1 yesterday in an upset, and tonight holding the ACT to 0 through 6. We're in the top of the 7th.
Staying composed out there, Perry, though, isn't she? But then you've got Sam Robin just doing a little check practice swing there, going, all right, just give me that one again, and you'll never see it again. Because one swing of the bat here, Jim, could tie it up. And I think everyone knows it. And the way that Sam hit the ball in her first at bat, this could go.
Just jammed a little, and Dow comes from a long way back, fires it across for the second out. She made up a lot of ground. She fired it off. She's got a cannon. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay.
Wow, look at the ground she picks up. She throws it on the way up, Jim. Like, there's only a few of us that can do that. And that's, you know, that's a special player. Sam,
that's
63.
Right. There's only a few of us, Mark. Perry 1 out away from a gem of a game. She's had a couple of hits herself, an RBI, a run across the plate, an intentional base on balls off the end of the bat. Paige Smith tries to barehand it, flicks it backhand, punch out, that'll do it. WA are through. Game is called.
What a game.
ACT have a lot to celebrate. Look at them, they've just lost the game and they're all over celebrating with young Alex Maiden, who had a single. That's the final play, but the shots of the ACT team, they've finished their tournament with an absolute flurry. They've beaten Victoria and effectively knocked them out of the tournament with that win in a tiebreaker, and then they face up against WA and they take it to them all the way to the end. Young Alex Maiden with a hit. Aren't they pumped for a team that just got beaten?
The coach almost made the right decision, switching them out and bringing the youth in. And they just turned on an innings there, which was 3 hits. It was remarkable. So they're building. Watch them. Watch them. They're building, and I like what they're doing.
Well, there's the winning team, WA, and they win passage through to the finals. They will finish 4th and play Queensland tomorrow morning in a elimination semi-final right here on Diamond 2. Thanks to Spacequake Sports. WA winning and through to the finals 2 over the ACT 0.